Phakding is the owner of Highland Expeditions and the brains behind our amazing adventure. But even with all of that, he still turns up to push our bags through to the airport and make sure we safely get away. We avoid the massive crowds and snake our way through to where the helicopters are taking off.
Luis, please call.
Karina and Henrik are on an earlier flight than us and already in the line to make their way to Lukla. We prepared to board our flight after a quick safety briefing.
Two guys in the middle. One of them will be.
We're in safe hands. An Aussie pilot as I spot the Australian flag on his shoulder. Our journey takes us east, clearing the sprawling suburbs of Kathmandu before we head northeast towards the Himalaya. We've made it to Lukla. We are actually in the Himalaya. This morning there were just hundreds and hundreds of people everywhere trying to get flights. Some of them have been waiting for days, but our guides are amazing. They were able to get us on a helicopter. We had a 40-minute ride here. Beautiful right through the lower areas, and at the same time seeing the mountains. We saw Everest today. It was just sensational. But these planes have just been coming in and out, in and out. There's just such a backlog of people. But luckily we're here now and we're about to start the journey. So here's to 12 or more days of getting up to Everest Base Camp and back. We are at the Pasang Lamu gate. This is a famous gate at the start of the Everest Base Walk. Pasang Lamu was the first Nepalese woman to summit Everest, and I believe summited many other after that. And so this is in recognition and honour of her achievements here in the Himalaya. Akash is our lead guide and the coordinator and money handler. He's the one that keeps us safe and makes sure we make it all the way to base camp and back. Our first steps after getting permits. Many tens of thousands, no doubt, to get us to Everest Base Camp. Are you going? Follow the signs to Everest. There's no vehicle transport in the Khumbu Valley. Everything is brought in by foot or hoof. Making our way to Phakding. We're supposed to be going down, but there's been a bit of up. The weather's been absolutely beautiful today. Actually, it's quite warm, although the tops of the mountains are starting to come in. See the Koshi river behind me, certainly in flow after all the flooding rain that's been happening here. It's spectacular to be in the Himalaya. This is us, 306 in Phakding. Room with a view of the firewood. I'll be sleeping here, got power so we can charge everything tonight. And then check this out. Look at that bathroom. Got the little wash, toilet, and the shower going on here. It's an awesome night. We're going to get out of these stinky clothes and we'll be able to shower tonight, which will be good, but we're going to go take a look around the town. The camera's shaking like crazy. I've taken Diamox, dose is 125 milligrams, and I just feel like I'm plugged into the power point. It started last night in Kathmandu before we left. I felt it in my feet and then it came right up through my face, and then it's been in my hands all day. Just this tingling sensation, a bit like if you've had the blood cut off under your arm or something like that for a little while. I'm kind of getting used to it. I'm going to stay on it and we'll see what happens from there. Well, today's been a really interesting day on the trail coming from Lukla to Phakding, where we are now, and this is where we'll stay the night. We weren't even sure whether we would be able to get here with all the storms and floods. And in the end, we've been able to make it here using a helicopter. Hey. Heap of Sherpas coming past. But the thing with the helicopter is we couldn't take as much weight as what we could in the plane. And so we had to simplify all of our packing, and I had to be really harsh about that. You probably know that I love my gear, and I've made a number of adjustments to my packs and stuff like that, and I've been designing these things, developing them, I'm testing them. They're all ready to go for the Himalaya, and pretty much I've had to leave all of them back in Kathmandu. This wasn't the weight for them. But it struck me today that there's a simplicity in that. And there's also a simplicity in the gospel message. And I wonder, looking at all of that stuff that I was trying to take that I thought would make things easier and more convenient and all of that sort of stuff, was actually just complicating what otherwise is a simple trip of walking each day, staying each night, eating, and getting to base camp. And I think the same thing's true of the gospel. The gospel is a simple message that we're saved by grace, our faith, and not by works. And that's it. There's nothing more to it. There's no works that we can do. It is a faith that we need to have, a repentant heart, that God has already done the work through his Son, and that's the grace. And so today has been a real lesson in what it is to see the simplification of life, and also the simplification of the gospel message in that regard as well. The Himalayas is an incredibly spiritual place, mainly Buddhism up here, and it's been interesting to see the stupas and the chortens and to hear people talking in that way. Many come to seek guidance from whatever they believe it is that's giving them guidance spiritually. But I brought along my little Bible. It's all I could bring because of the weight. But right up front, I'm just starting to read it, and it says, seeking guidance. Lead me, Lord, into the path of your choosing, and give me patience to follow in that pathway, however great the difficulties or uncertainties that may arise. And I thought, wow, what a word for this trip, because we're going to go for challenges of getting across these swing bridges, glaciers, well, not so much glaciers, but the moraines. Altitude's going to be a thing, long days are going to be a thing, and just not having showers, running water, and the like. And so, what an amazing, amazing little prayer. Let me read it to you again. It says, lead me, Lord, into the path of your choosing, and give me patience to follow in that pathway, however great the difficulties or uncertainties that may arise. Amen to that. Namaste.